Hi guys, it's VSG Aubrey, and I wanted to bring you an update on how my endoscopy went and talk about another subject that I went over with my therapist in counseling. So first off, my endoscopy went really well. The doctor discovered that I do have a hiatal hernia and that I also have some inflammation in my esophagus, which is from the GERD or acid reflux. So he when he talked to me afterwards, he did say that I will most likely want to do the roux-en-y gastric bypass as opposed to the VSG, vertical sleeve. But we didn't talk very long. So first of all, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So when I went in for the endoscopy, I had originally told my husband just to drop me off and then come back and pick me up. And the nurses highly recommended that he just stay. And he stayed all the way with me from the time that I got there until they took me back. And then that's when they asked him to just stay because I was out in 20 minutes. So it was no big deal waking up from the anesthesia. I wasn't fully under like for surgery. I was under like what they would call twilight. So I woke up feeling good, a little bit dizzy, a little bit tired the rest of the day, but other than that, really no big deal. I felt normal the rest of the day, except maybe if I would stand up too quickly or something like that, and then I would go, oh yeah, that's right, I was put under today. So it was no big deal. So I'm probably going to be, as I discussed before, switched to the gastric bypass. I know you're probably tired of hearing about that by now, but it's still up in the air. So that's the only reason why I bring it up. I'm going to have to come up with a new YouTube name. So I'm working on that, but I still don't know yet what I'll be. I wanted to mention, when I first started this process, I really resented the fact that I have this 6-month supervised diet that I have to do. But it has, it's been good. It's probably not something I would choose to go through again. If I have to pick 6 weeks or 3 months or 6 months, I probably wouldn't pick 6 months. However, I was watching a video by Meg. I think her name is Meg Elliott Card, or just Meg Card. And she has the coolest haircut. I just have to say, you should go over there and check her out. She's just got this totally rad haircut. I could never pull it off. But anyway, she was saying how she is almost envious of how many resources, or the resources that people have when they go through the process and have to jump through all these hoops for insurance. Early on in her videos, she mentioned that, and she actually did end up having to go through the waiting process. So I'm glad that she was able to keep that perspective. And it really was kind of an eye-opener to me, and it made me realize, you know, that I should also be grateful for this process, that this is not an overnight thing, that if it were an overnight thing for me, I don't know that I would have all of the tools in my arsenal that I necessarily need to make this successful for me. So yeah, I did find out that I have 4 more sessions with the therapist and that my insurance is going to pay for. And that is awesome because I've already been twice, so it's a total of 6 visits. And on my most recent visit, I was, sorry, my phone started to die on me. I had to hit a button. Anyway, on my most recent visit, I was really nervous about going in. Couple reasons. First reason is that the Halloween, I just made some really bad choices over Halloween. I ate a bunch of candy, and then it was a snowball effect from there. It was like, well, I've already you know, screwed up my day so far, so I'm just going to eat what I want for lunch, and I'm just going to eat what I want for dinner. And then the next day, you know, oh, I'm just, you know, and it's so easy to fall back into those old habits where then you're not even thinking about what you eat at all. You're just eating whatever you want. That's what I did anyway. So I was feeling super guilty. And also, the last time I met with her, she had asked me to take some time every day at lunch just for myself. I work with my husband, and I work for some really good friends of mine. And because of that, and because I am usually super busy at the office, and also I have 3 kids, and so full-time and 3 kids, I usually have an appointment during lunch, or maybe an errand to run, or a kid to tend to, or someone to have a conversation with, or a catered lunch from a client. All of those things happened in the last 2 weeks. And I was not able to accomplish what she had assigned me even one time in the last 2 weeks. And I was feeling like, I didn't think I was going to get in trouble, but I certainly don't want to give her the impression that I'm not taking her guidance seriously, because I am. But I did tell her, which was true, that I had taken some time during the breakfast hour, a lot of days, to just quietly eat and drink my tea. The goal was mindful eating, so that I could just turn everything else off. Not be on Facebook, not watch a video, not reading anything, not chit-chatting with a buddy, nothing like that. Just focusing on eating. And so I had done that during breakfast. And so she said that even though I may not have followed the letter of the law, but I definitely followed the spirit of the law, and that was helpful, and she was happy with that. Another thing that we discussed while I was there, which I thought was really eye-opening for me, so I'd like to share it with you, and maybe it can help you too. As far as feeling like a failure and feeling like I hadn't done what she had asked me to do, or that maybe I wasn't being a good enough weight loss surgery patient right now and all that, she asked me to think about this process as as if I were one of the wise men following the North Star. She said, I don't think any of the wise men actually thought they were going to eventually make it to the North Star. That wasn't the goal. The goal was to be set in a certain direction and to follow that direction. So if mindful eating is a goal, if low carb and high protein is a goal, or maybe taking time for myself, maybe I'm not going to be exactly following that goal to the letter of the law every single day. But if my North Star is here, and I'm veering off doing something that's going to bring me here, then obviously I need to recalibrate and reset and start wandering towards my goal again. So if the North Star is here and I'm kind of going like this, you know, nobody's going to go directly from point A to point B. But if you kind of zigzag your way to where you know you want to be eventually, then you will get to where you want to go. And I thought that was so enlightening and profound and freeing for me, because I felt like every day, if I wasn't following exactly what I was supposed to do every second, that I was a failure, and that I wasn't taking this process seriously, or that I just wasn't being a good patient or something, you know. And it really bothered me, and that really freed me up. And, you know, she specified, she said, you know, I'm not giving you a get out of jail free card, so to speak. I'm not going to, you know, enable you to have a clear conscience and do just whatever you darn well please, because if you don't make changes, then what's the point? Because you're going to just keep ending up right where you've already been. But she gave me permission just to be kind to myself, to, you know, to wander towards that North Star with purpose, and a goal in mind. But, you know, it is a journey and a process. It's not directly from point A to point B. So I thought that was really good. I hope that helps you too. I meet with my dietitian again on Wednesday. Today's Monday, so that's 2 days from now. I am really nervous because I think I've probably gained weight. And it's hard for me to tell exactly because my scale reads differently than their scale at the doctor's office, and I've never really done the math as far as like the comparison of mine versus theirs. So I don't know exactly where I am, but I also know that over the last week to 2 weeks, I haven't been cutting out the carbs, like whereas before I might have just had some grilled chicken and veggies or whatever, or a salad or a grilled chicken salad or something. Now I find myself, oh, I've had a couple of pieces of pizza, or I had sandwich with bread on it without even thinking twice about it. And, you know, as far as that goes, all I have to say is I'm just not paying attention. I'm not making this the priority that I ought to be. And so I think recognizing that is really important and helpful, but now I have to do something about that. So I don't really think in 2 days, I don't really think I have enough time to turn the Titanic around, so to speak, but I can just do what I can for the next 2 days. I can eat low sodium and high protein and lots of protein shakes and lots of water and just healthy, you know, nothing too harsh on my system or whatever. I'm not going to freak out. But, you know, when I started the 6-month process, I kind of would see other people not really doing what they were supposed to do. And I thought, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you taking this seriously? Day 1 from that 6-month diet should be like strict, do what you got to do to make it happen. And here I am walking a mile in those shoes now and realizing that it's not that easy. And not only is it not easy, but it's so tempting and easy to rationalize different actions and what lines up with what you're trying to go for. So anyway, I have that dietitian's appointment on Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, I have my appointment with my surgeon. So I'll let you know how those go, and I will talk to you guys soon. If I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.